kings, F these women, get a bag. I hate those videos. I absolutely hate. Now, I understand the theory. I understand the logic in it all. But I can't stand them videos that say, F these girls, go get a bag, my king, young king. No, you can't say F these women and go get a bag, because at some point, if you want a family, how you going to have it? I'm just saying. If you want a family, how you going to do that if you just said F them? You spend 20 years working on getting the bag. You get the bag, but you've been telling these women F them for the same 20 years that you've been working on your bag. Now you want to build a relationship with the same women that you just said F to. Make it make sense. It don't make no sense. So I like to try to strive for some type of balance, but let's say, oh yeah, we can't forget the independent woman. We can't forget all those conversations. The independent woman, girl, you got to do. If you don't do this, he ain't nothing, and he ain't gonna do it for you. And if he don't do it for you, he ain't nothing either. All of those are destructive conversations. Those are destructive conversations. Man. Welcome to the Man Lucrative Podcast. I am the host, the one and only Magneto 7 in the building. What up? I'm here. This is episode 172. 172? And I'm going to go back to what I was saying before. And I ain't even quit yet. This episode is brought to you by Safe Tire in Tucker, Georgia. Listen, if you got tires, you got an issue with your alternator, you got an issue with your brake pads, you got an issue with your rotors, go over to Safe Tire Auto in Tucker, Georgia, and tell them Mike sent you from the Mad Lucrative Podcast, all right? All right, let's go to some shout-outs right quick. Let me see who all in the chats. Let's see. Gervork, what up? Yo, I never knew. I didn't think I'd be able to pronounce that. Are you German? Is that a German name? Gervork? What's up? Gervork 30, what up? Stan Baker 67, what up? Big E, what up? Divine the Great, what up? Jasmine, what's up, girl? What up? Big Erica. Big Erica, what up? And I got an extra feed going on too. Yo, Twitch be the worst for that extra feed. I don't know why Twitch be doing the extra feed. Listen, let me go over to TikTok. Let me see. Hey, Marianne. Girl, what up? Hey, Jay, what's going on with you? And we will be getting TikTok on all of the other chats so we can all talk to each other and politic, communicate, whatever you want to say, how you want to say it. Yo, since when did the hood allow the Webster Dictionary to put, what is it? I like to say converse because that's how I learned. I'm over here conversing, having a conversation with other people, right? That's what I like to say, conversing. But the hood that said, oh no, it's what is it? What is it? Conversing, communicate. Y'all put it in the chat. What did the hood allow Webster Dictionary? No, not allow. What did Webster Dictionary allow the hood to put in place of conversing? What is I can't think of the word, but anyway, what's up? Leo on keys, what up? And this is also a new version of the Mad Lucrative Podcast. So if you are a music producer, if you're a singer, songwriter, y'all thought this was about to be a lucrative community moment. It actually is. If you are if you're in the position where you need some help conversating, why did Webster Dictionary allow the hood to put conversate? I don't like it. Nope, I don't like it. Nope. I want to converse. I'd rather say converse than conversate. I don't want to say conversate no day of the week. I don't like it. You say Webster died a long time ago. He don't know. Webster don't be knowing nothing, do it. Uh-oh. King Legend trying to get me banned. Not today. You got to show up for the pre-show. We talked about that earlier. I don't even want to mention it because every time I mention certain names, YouTube algorithm just be like, nope, nope, no, 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 no. That's what YouTube be doing, and I don't want to get banned today. Not today. But I will say one thing. I will say one thing. We officially have a president that's going to be in office in 2025. That's all I'm gonna say. That's all I'm gonna say. However you feel about that, that's on you. However you feel about it, your personal grievances, that's on you. I will say this though. I will say this. This is what I think. I think a lot of people tried to use the same traditional tactics to get people out to vote, and those tactics that they normally use didn't work. I think it did not work this particular time. It didn't work this particular time because one of the candidates is already in office. So that's one whammy that everybody, especially at least in the hood. I got hood friends, I got upper class white friends, I got redneck friends, I got upper class black friends. Everybody behind the scenes was saying the same thing. Everybody behind the scenes was saying the same thing. And I was just like, well, why wasn't the message relayed? Why was it? And again, Mary, go to the Mad Lucrative podcast on YouTube. Mad Lucrative podcast on YouTube. I did like a 4-part series where one of them was with me and my co-host. We were talking about how all of that stuff was going. And then one of them is with me talking about how the Obama address see, I didn't mention the name. Now they gonna kill the algorithm. They gonna kill the algorithm. I'm gonna be the squirrel looking like this. I'm gonna be the squirrel. But no, like I think when Obama did what he did, that didn't help. I appreciate the sound. I hope y'all messed the audio up. Don't appreciate it though. Thank you. But no, I don't think any of the tactics that were used worked. And I think that one thing he did, and he tried to address the black dudes, and then the black dudes, and this is something else. I want everybody to look at what I would view as propaganda, and what you view as propaganda is probably two different things, right? One thing when I look at propaganda when it comes to social media, I'm always looking for what is the dominant force that's pushing everybody to stay on the platform. What is the dominant force that's prompting everybody to stay on the platforms? Now, if you look at it in percentages, all right, we might have about 20% of all of the content centered around cash, money, right? About 20% of all content. I'm talking about all platforms: YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, Twitch, right? 20% might be money, another 20% might be gaming. Then you might have 30 or 40% in the category of just all things that pull people apart. All things that pull people apart. You want to push people to do more, make more money on their job, and you want to do this. Well, guess what? You got to stop. And I said it too. I'm guilty. I'll be the first person to admit I said it too. Yo, you got to man up. Go get the job done, bro. What Steve Harvey said back in the day? These folk making decisions about your way while your way sleep. That's what Steve Harvey said. They making decisions about your way while your way sleep. So if you break that down on a real basic level, you are prompting people to stay up longer, to work longer, to make more money. And as a result of them making more money, yes, they have more options in life. They have more things that they can experience and have a more fulfilled life. Yes, I will give you that part. But you never added the part about, yo, if you're married, you need to tend to your spouse. You never added the part about, well, yo, if you single, do you want to really be single forever? Do you want to grow a family? You never added the part in where, yo, if you work this long, it's going to be more hours that you're taxing your heart. It's going to be more hours where your body is going to be overheated and overexhausted because you're staying up a certain amount of hours per day, and there's more wear and tear on your body. And it was a doctor. I think I was working on a property or something in Alpharetta, but it was a doctor that I was talking to not long ago. And she was saying, well, I'm all for the hustle culture, and I'm all for people being successful and success stories and all this stuff. She said, but when you look at what overheats a body and how a body actually operates, she said, I want you to think of your body as a light bulb. I said, okay. She said, so what happens with a light bulb? I said, well, you turn the light bulb. You know me. I'm black. I'm black. The first option, well, you turn the light off. You turn the light on. You turn the light off. And she's like, well, no, break down the mechanics of a light bulb. Yo, Devocrats, we are doing the Q&A. Yep. I forgot to mention, since this is episode 172, all my producers that's in any of the chats, if you got any questions, now is the time for you to go ahead and put it in the chat, because I'm going to do a Q&A before we start going in on all the other subjects for the podcast. So if you got anything you want to talk about, put it in the chat. We're going to chop it up. All right, but back to the doctor. She was saying, well, you think of your body as a light bulb. You have to, with the light bulb, you use it when it's necessary. You don't just leave the lights on like my daughters like to do. My daughters love to just leave lights on. Lights, they just water, they just run it up. But anyway, she said, with the light bulb, no, it's meant to be turned on. It's meant to be turned off. You don't leave it on forever because it, one, overheats. It overworks itself, and you're exhausting all your energy. You're exhausting it. So at some point, what happens when the light bulb is done? It dies. She said your body is the same thing, but you can't replace your body. So you got to look at your body as a light bulb. You can't be up 24/7 and working and never give yourself a break. So I was like, dang, why are you preaching to me like this today? I don't like it. I don't like it. Me don't like it. I don't like it. But yo, let me go ahead and shout a few more people out before we start. I'm waiting for my producer questions, and I got you. Rather stupid than be. Why would you put your name? Why would you put your name on TikTok? It's rather stupid than me. Why would you do that? Don't do that. You're a smart individual. You is smart. You is special. You is kind. You is big dog. And John said facts. John, no, you need to stay up. I need you. But John is in my lucrative community, y'all. So again, if y'all are in need of some accountability partners, you need somebody to help coach you through your musical career. You need somebody to help you figure out what type of stuff you should post. You need somebody to help you do some quality control on your music. You want to build a business. You want everything that you probably going to need to create content, make money, and monetize your music. You're going to need it. Come to the Mad Lucrative, the Lucrative community. Come to the Lucrative community. Links in the bio. If you're watching this on TikTok, you're watching this on YouTube, you're watching this on Facebook or Instagram, go there. The Lucrative community is the name of it. Lucrative community. I'm going to give you 1 week for free. After that, it's $20 a month, but we get to it. We get to it. All right, I saw King Legend. That's my brother. King Legends. Yo, King. I'm going to need you to come up on, I'm going to need to chat up with you at some point. Not today, but I'm going to need to chat up with you sometime. Devocrats in the building. Breezy, be real, what up? Yo, I'm going to call you Breezy for real. But yo, see? Producer Young Mozart, what up? But hopefully everybody's week has been great. I will say one thing as it relates to the whole election, and it's not serious, I promise you. So if y'all are new to my chat, I'm a big joker. I like to joke about a lot of stuff, and I like to be informed, but I like to joke too. So that's my dynamic. But I love the fact that them folks said, you know what? You said you voted? Bet. We gonna put it online. All these people with a voice ain't got no voice. All of these people that say they got a voice, and I'm speaking for this, I believe in this, in a candidate. If I'm going to do this, do you know I want my candidate? You ain't never voted. Ask me how I know. We can type it in. Jesus. Oh, Jesus, I love it. I love it. And I'm sweating. I don't know. Why I got a hoodie on? Why did I put a hoodie on today? Give me a second. Why did I do that? I guess because it's my hoodie, huh? How about that? If you need a hoodie, No More Poverty Music hoodie, this is mine right here. Go ahead and cop it. It's in the store right now. Let me see. What? King Legend, give me a second. Let me see what you said. You know I'm halfway blind, so I can't really see nothing. Let me look. I'm so glad I ain't doing no comedy tour, because I'd be on stage wiping my head and say, hey, bro, hair up, bro. Hair up, bro. I ain't paid $20. I ain't paid $20 to see you wipe your head. My bad, dog. My bad. All right, let me see. King Legend says, facts. Waka Flocka. Flocka. No, so this is the thing. I love the fact that the government has been petty enough to let everybody know who voted, when they voted, how many times they missed the vote. You ain't never voted. I love that. That's petty. That is petty at its best. That means hold these folk accountable. Listen, I don't know if y'all realize this, but all of the people that were on stage and all of the podcasters and all of the people that were promoting certain candidates online, they were getting paid by certain campaigns. They were getting paid good money. So now this is when integrity meets accountability. I'll say that again. Huh? Hey, that's what the preacher's like. I'll say that again. Emphasize it again. This is when accountability meets, I forgot what I said. But anyway, no, it's a good thing that everybody is able to fact check these people with, I said integrity and accountability. Because look, if Meg got paid, I'm gonna say $100,000. If she got paid $100,000 to go do the thing, twerk on stage when it's so inappropriate. I got seniors in the audience and I'm twerking on stage. When she did that, I was like, why would you do that? First off, now this is one thing I will say. I think all of the hood people that were out there doing the campaign trails, it would have been way more beneficial. Come with me. Listen, if you are doing your campaign and you need me, what's the next one going to be? 2028? If you need me in 2028, come holler at your boy. I promise you. I'm going to learn you something. But anyway, it would have been way more integrity meets account. Thank you, Kay. Unapologetically Kay. What up? All of the ladies is on TikTok. If you show up on Tuesday nights, you're gonna see Lucrative Love. And if you want to be a guest on Lucrative Love, that's my other show with Unapologetically K. Come through. It's Tuesday nights at 9 o'clock. We get to it. All right. But what happens is everybody got paid to do these campaigns, right? What would have made the most sense is if they booked a Meg, right? They booked the Meg and dropped off, bam, right on Camp Creek. I'm in Atlanta. But they would have booked Megan Thee Stallion, dropped her off, bam, right in the middle of Camp Creek, gave her a stage, give her a DJ, let her perform out there, and let it go viral. And then they would have had the Kamala stamp on the bottom. And they would say, oh, that's so dope. She did this for us. That would have been way more beneficial than having her A up there on that stage saying, and you ain't talked about no policy. So from a dude standpoint, ladies, I know all y'all, somebody shut his A up. Shut his bald head A up. I know what you're going to say. That's fine. I'm okay with being hated. I'm okay with being loved. I'm okay with all of it, right? I'm with the smoke. But what would have happened is if they would have done that would have been way more beneficial for that campaign. Online, it would have spread like wildfire. That hashtag would have went viral over and over. While that's doing that, then she could have went over here and talked to the older crowd, my group, 40 and up, the people that got a few more resources, that can make a few more calls, that can make a few more decisions when it comes to how the country is ran. She would have had way more clout with the dudes at least. And something else that would have been good. King Legend said it looked like a circus. It looked at it like a circus. It was a circus show. But see, but on the flip side, it's the same thing on Trump's side. If they would have booked the Tim McGraw and dropped him right off in the middle of Alpharetta Square, let that go viral. Had a tag right there. Now the candidates don't necessarily have to attach the artists to the actual event where they have to address the DNC and when they have to address all of the people and they're talking about the policies that they're running on. I think by them doing all of that at one time, it just made everybody just be like, yo, what are you doing? And then you don't go through Rogan? You don't go through... Yo, all right, I love Uncle Shannon Sharp. I love him. So before I say what I'm about to say, just let y'all know, I love Uncle Shannon. I would love to be like Shannon Sharp. I would love to be like Shannon Sharp. Oh, Michelle. Hey, man. Please to the keeper, man. Please to the keeper. Uncle Shannon. Oh, Michelle. All right, anyway, let me get back on track. I think what was happening, and I did not want this whole pod to be centered around like politics, because matter of fact, if y'all go look at the joints on YouTube, it boosts the algorithm so they at least push some people over there. When I do these type of conversations, I might do more of it. But I think people, and I'm speaking for black folk. I am speaking for all black people right now. This is probably bad. It's probably a bad thing. Shouldn't speak for all black people. I'm speaking for some black men. How about that? I'm speaking for them. I think when you add, remember those percentages like I was starting to talk about with social media? You got 20% of people that's talking, maybe even 10%, because I know a lot of my algorithm is centered around finances and business and relationships, and then a few little funnies mixed in with a little bit of music, mixed in with the little pressing. Yo, who else is strung out on them press machine videos? I'm strung out on them the press machine videos are the hot dot, the little red dot, and they drop it in the middle of a bottle and say, what is it gonna do? They drop the little dot and say, what is it gonna do? And I say, I don't know. So I'm looking. Meanwhile, 30 seconds left flip by. It burned through. Yo, them joints be getting me every time. If y'all don't know what I'm talking about, I'll put it on the screen. But it's that, and then it's a woman. It's this little Chinese lady. I think she Chinese. Don't hold me to it. But it's a little Chinese lady that be doing like mad stuff. She's kind of like an unapologetically gay. She's an indigenous woman. All right. I don't think she. Nah, she out here killing it. But this little Chinese lady, right? She be walking through the woods. She's So she be carrying like these big old logs, and it be holding stuff, and you be like, the whole video be like, it's like 3 minutes, 5 minutes long, and I don't watch every last video that she has is like that. She said, I'm sick of you. I'm sorry. But listen though. So it's this little Chinese lady. I might try to put her on the screen. She walks around. She gets sticks. You'll see her chop a tree from the bottom. Chop the tree. Joint fall down. And it'd be little trees, not big trees. It'd be real little trees. But she'll chop like 4 of them down. Bust them down. And then she goes through the whole process of how to make paper. Real paper. This lady chop a tree down and make some paper. She be stomping on the wax. Something rises up. She sifts the top up. She'll pull it. I'm going to try to find a video. It is amazing, but stuff like that is intriguing to me. But let's say that's 20 to 30% of an algorithm. Let's say the other 40% is going to be centered around something that's going to pull people apart. something that's gonna pull people apart. Whether it's the whole destructive relationship conversations, whether it's more people where yo you don't need to give a kings F these women, get a bag. I hate those videos. I absolutely hate. Now, I understand the theory. I understand the logic in it all. But I can't stand them videos that say, F these girls, go get a bag, my king, young king. No, you can't say F these women and go get a bag, because at some point, if you want a family, how you going to have it? I'm just saying. If you want a family, how you going to do that if you just said F them? You spend 20 years working on getting the bag. You get the bag, but you've been telling these women F them for the same 20 years that you've been working on your bag. Now you want to build a relationship with the same women that you just said F to. Make it make sense. It don't make no sense. So I like to try to strive for some type of balance, but let's say, oh yeah, we can't forget the independent woman. We can't forget all those conversations. The independent woman, girl, you got to do. If you don't do this, he ain't nothing, and he ain't gonna do it for you. And if he don't do it for you, he ain't nothing either. All of those are destructive conversations. Those are destructive conversations. Again, I understand some of the logic, but it's very destructive. I made a funny about there being very limited programs when it comes to upbuilding the young guys, the fellas that's in the adolescent years. I said it's very minimal programs for them, but it's a lot of programs for this girl, go be a boss, girl, do your thing, girl. Like, again, I understand it. It's just off balance right now. So you group all of that stuff together, and then you look at what she was running on, talking about Kamala. You look at what she was running on, it only reinforced all of those things that existed on social. She even ostracized the I don't want to say regular women, because I'm not politically correct, y'all. I'm sorry. But she even kind of ostracized regular women when you said the women that wasn't born women they get the same rights as you. I heard a lot of the sisters was like, girl, no, girl, but so that's what I'm saying. Like, it was a lot of missteps. It was a lot of missteps that was in that campaign. But anyway, let me get to my little producer's moment. King Legend said it was like she was motivated. I'm not gonna repeat what you said in that chat, but I agree. Let's just say that I agree with what you said. I agree. All right. So I'm introducing this new segment on the podcast. I tried to do it as a standalone, but my schedule does not allow for me to do producer moments and tips. My schedule, it don't allow for me to do producers moments or tips. So I'm doing it on the podcast. So I'm doing it today. First episode, producer moments and tips, straight from Nito. Huh? All right. So my first question is from Devo Kratz. Devo Kratz on Instagram. Say what up, what up. All right, when producing a beat, what instruments should you start off with? When producing a beat, what instrument should you start off with? Now, Devo Kratz from Instagram. This is what I would tell you. I don't necessarily have a one size fits all idea when it comes to creating music, right? When I think about creating music, and I'm going to produce the music based off of what I hear in my head. That's just me. I think what's happening is a lot of y'all trying to take my sauce, and y'all we're not the same. And I'm not saying that to be Hollywood, but we're not the same type of producer. You have to find out what things you do that makes you special, that you bring to the marketplace. That's the first thing. So, Devo Kratz, I want you to figure out what you do special. When people hear your beats, I hate to even say beats. I hate saying beats. When people hear your production, you have to start making people say production instead of beats to put the weight back on it. Because when anybody says, yo, you gonna produce a beat? Are you gonna produce a beat for me? No, I'm not producing a beat. I am a Grammy Award-winning music producer. I'm not only a Grammy Award-winning music producer, I am a platinum and gold selling music producer. I'm a classically trained music producer. that actually has a degree in classical studies. I have the background starts in 1995. That's when it starts for me. So that's why I tell people, like, producers, especially all of my older producers, you have to remind people of the things that you've done. You have to remind people who you are, especially when it comes to them respecting your price point. You have to make them understand what it is you bring into the table and why are they paying this high premium. This is why you paying this. This is why you paying it. All right. But anyway, what I was about to say is, Devocrats, when it comes to producing music, you have to figure out what is the overall goal that I'm trying to accomplish out of this beat. If I'm sitting down to produce a beat for Black Thought, right? What's up, Black Thought? What up? What up? But if I'm sitting down to produce a beat for Black Thought, I am thinking about what is Black Thought currently doing in his life. What was the last 2 or 3 albums that he released? What is his day-to-day, week-to-week schedule look like as far as his interaction with people? What type of things do he currently do, or does he currently do? What kind of things does he currently do that he can implement into his music? And then when I create music, I like to build bodies of work around the artist's brain. Like, if I know, again, Black Thought, if I know Black Thought is going to be on Jimmy Fallon every night, I'm going to try to even come up with hooks that he could kind of insert his schedule from the Jimmy Fallon show. I'm also going to build music that's easily transferable to the stage, because I know that's the type of artist he is. He might break out and do some type of freestyle in between. He might call India Irie up to the stage. He might get Music Soul Child. Then at the same token, he could get the Baby on stage, or he could get Post Malone on stage. And I try to create music for that artist, knowing that he has those type of resources available for him if he chose to use it. So that looks like this. I come in the studio, turn the lights and stuff on, turn the computer on. I'm like, okay, Black Thought. I'm automatically thinking boom bap drums. I'm gonna do a bass, live instrumentation for everything, because he's a part of the Roots. If he performs, and I think this is a small tip for any of my music producers, especially for y'all. If you're trying to produce music for artists and you want the life of that record to live on, but beyond your years, beyond the artist's years, and you want to just build a real legacy catalog, you have to think about how that artist is able to perform that song that you just produced. You have to think about how that song is going to transfer over to the stage. If you produce a beat, and I'm thinking about it from our standpoint. If I were to produce a beat for Black Thought and it had 3 sounds in it, let's say it had the drums, it had 1/8, it had a drum, it had a piano, and some vocals. How is that going to sound on stage? That's going to sound hella empty. And see, now what happens is, when producers have produced a song, and you get an artist that hit a lick, and they can book mad shows back to back, that song that you produce, even though if it's a hit on radio, now that artist has to go on tour and perform that song. Now you just opened up another element. This is the element that you opened up. Being that you didn't fully produce the song, now whoever's the MD, the musical director for that artist on tour, they have to interpret how that song sounds on the stage. So now they still got to go back and add a bass guitar, lead guitar, a singer, another keyboard player. They have to add hits. They have to do all of this work around that hit record that you produced. So now what's going to happen is, when that artist is on stage and that band has interpreted your song, that three sound song that you produce, now that band has to interpret what that song sounds like on stage. You better hope that you got a really good music director. You better hope that you got a music director that knows instrumentation. Or, this is the flip side. So, R.I.P. to Quincy Jones. How I start the podcast and not say R.I.P. to Quincy Jones? Oh my God. R.I.P. Quincy. I'm going to make this, the whole playlist should have been Quincy Jones. Oh my God. But anyway, You go to the Quincy Jones concept. You think about Off the Wall. You thinking about Thriller. You thinking about all of these records that Quincy produced for the great Michael Jackson. Now, Michael Jackson went up on stage. He performed that song. What the audience thinking? I'm going to tell you the first thing that the audience is thinking, I want that song to sound just like it sounds like on the record. And this is the part that most people, most producers overlook. This is the stuff that most of y'all overlook. When that artist gets out on that stage and they perform that song, can they perform the song that you produced for them with just the stems, no extras, and have the same effect when they're on stage as when the person that's listening to them in the audience is listening to them in the car? Because I think what happens is this. People always forget the element of surprise, the element of authentic energy. When somebody hears Thriller, and I wish I could just play Bad or anything. I wish I could play something on the live pod, but I can't do it today. But whenever, oh, you said it's the lava ball challenge. Yeah, it is the lava ball challenge. Yeah. Yeah. They be getting me, yo. They be getting me. I promise you, whipping the ass before they took the shot. But if you think about Thriller, and I love these conversations. So again, if y'all like this, matter of fact, if you're watching this on YouTube and you like this segment of the podcast, let me know. I need to hear from you. Because if you do like these conversations, I'll do more of them. But anyway, if you think about Thriller, and you think of drums, it's all of these elements. It's just like brain overload when it comes to sound. It's brain overload. So now, if I'm an audience member that's coming out to see Michael Jackson perform the joint, I want to hear that joint or rock with you. When we hear all of this stuff, these are all elements of the song. So this is what happens. And I don't think producers understand. I'm about to teach you something. When the audience member or the average fan starts to memorize your musical note that goes along with the artist's vocal note, and they're humming your musical note along with the artist's vocal note, you are actually a featured artist on the song. You are. You are a musical featured artist on the song when the audience member can memorize parts and elements of that song that you produced for them. When you, all night, like when people hear that, and we had a musical interlude. Musical interludes are essential to hit records. Y'all got to start doing your research. And this is why I want producers to I want y'all to continue to come to my platform, because I want the new producers to be informed of the music that you're creating. It's not just music. It's not just music. I promise it's way more than that. It is an element of life. I would even say that. You know how we have water, we got earth, we got wind, fire, heart, put them all together. You have what? All combined are the planetary Captain Planet. But no, for real, I feel like music is another element. Just like water, fire, heart. I had to do it. I'm sorry. Music is another element. And I think when people start to respect and understand the placing of music and what that means in life, you'll start to respect it a little bit better. People will start to understand, yo, I need to be paying for this. People will actually want to go to your shows and pay premium and top dollar because they say, yo, you understand. You etched out a place in my timeline. People got to understand that. You got to understand that. You say, exactly. They got to get out the factory mode. They got to. Also, and I think what happens is, because I do be going back to Michael Jackson and those be my point of references, because I'm a producer, a real producer. Even Rick James. Everybody everybody that has these songs has that element in it. If I do this, zin, 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 everybody knows what song it is. Everybody knows exactly what song it is. You not only know what song it is, you remember what you were doing when the song came out. You remember how people were dressing. You remember what girl you was trying to holler at. If your approach didn't work, you remember that part too. But everybody has to understand, like, yo, music is an element that's essential to life. If you don't have music, it's going to be real boring. And if you got everybody sounding like factory workers, like my, who is this? The real Bam Savage, what up, what up, what up? But if everybody is like some factory workers and making music off of sound packs, what are you actually doing different? What are you actually doing different? So I'll give you, so that's one thing. That's one thing. Or is there multiple things? Y'all let me know. Because we do have some more stuff to talk about. But the element of surprise even. I think for so long, and maybe probably the last 10 years, maybe the last 10 years. Why has all drums, and I'm talking about just sounds, just regular sounds. Why has all drums or one specific type of drum been the only drum that hits top 40 radio? Have you ever thought about that? There's really only like maybe 3 or 4 sound packs worth of drums that always hit top 40 radio. Why is that? And I would put some of that towards the producers being lazy. And not only lazy from the production standpoint, but lazy from getting your music out and getting heard and getting seen. I think when people look at Pharrell, they look at Timbaland, they look at Dr. Dre, and I'm picking all of these people because they have different drums. They have different instrumentation. They have different brains. The way they just view music is just different. But if you look at Dre, you hear elements of the Gap Band, you hear elements of Parliament Funkadelic, you hear the Commodores, you hear all of those elements when it comes to Dr. Dre. But if you hear a Timbaland record, he can use the exact same samples that Dr. Dre used, and it's gonna sound completely different. He got his own drums, he got his own analysis. Where he even picks the sample is not gonna be the same place. You go to a Pharrell record, it's going to be completely different. They might just interpolate the record, and they're going to listen to it, and they're going to do, unfortunately, Pharrell, y'all know what y'all did. But like the Blurred Lines record, if you listen to the Blurred Lines record, then you listen to the Marvin Gaye record, and it's the same element. It's the same spirit of this. It's just, everybody has to understand what you do. If you're a follower and you're just doing music just like everybody else is doing it right now, you're not going to bring nothing different to the marketplace. You might get a small bag for the short term, but in the long run, somebody else is just going to come spade you out with the same sound that you just produced. Would you rather do that and you have a good little run for maybe a year, or would you rather be a person that's like a Timbaland, Dre, Pharrell, Just Blaze? It's so many other, even DJ Paul. People are still using them same 3-6 Mafia drums that came out in 1999, 2002. Some of these, everything that we're currently listening to is the same thing over and over. So I want to ask y'all this: who's gonna be the person to change it up? Who's going to be the person to change it up? Y'all know I'm going to do me every time I get on, anytime I touch the keyboard. I'm going to do me, and I'm going to try to change and be proactive in pushing creative energy forward. But I need there to be more producers to push the initiative to be creative again. We need more people to push the initiative to be creative. It's okay to be lame for a season. You say, me, I love that. Come on, Bam. I love that. Love it. But this is the thing. It's okay to be lame for a season. Think about it like this. And I like to drive points home, and I might not. I did want to have a 40 and up conversation about hip hop. So we're going to have that conversation in a second too. But if you are a producer and you come out with the sound and you have a cool little run for a year, what is gonna assure you to have a long lasting career? Because everybody gets old at some point. Nobody likes to hear that conversation. Everybody gets old at some point. You have to figure out what are you bringing to the marketplace that's different. Now, back to the lame conversation. Do y'all not realize when Pharrell came out, we had already had Q-Tip, we had already had Common, we had all of the big boom bap records, we had Havoc, Mobb Deep, we had all of these joints. You say encourage, oh, thank you, I don't know what that is. We had all of these people that had already came before Timbaland, before Pharrell, before all of the colorful producers. We had hardcore boom bap records. Do y'all think that Pharrell and Timbaland were cool and amongst the pick when they first came out with their records? Kanye, we saw the Kanye doc. Do y'all think that these people were cool in the beginning? No. These folk were the lames. They were the lames of the bunch. So I think the lesson in production and being a producer, being a musician, give me 1 second, y'all. Give me 1 second. Oh. I don't know why I did that. All right, my bad. I'm back. But all of these people had to be lame for a small season. And what they did is they went out, they got dope. They got the artists, and this is a key. This is a key element. Come with me. What happens is producers forget that you're producing for artists. You're producing for the consumer. Granted, you do want to put authentic energy out. You want to put what's dear to your heart. Whatever is the real sound of you, you want to put that out. But what happens is you have to now go out and sell it to people. How do you sell it to people? Now you got some of the easiest things to do. This is when I first started producing music, and I've had this conversation 1,000 times, but I'll have it again. There's some new people to the chat. When I first started producing music, for real, it was like 1998. I got in the business around 2003, 2005 with Jim Jones, Dipset, all that stuff, right? Before all of that happened, though, I was paying for the vanilla envelope to mail CDs out to UPS. I was mailing CDs out every Friday. So when they got back in the office on Monday, you might see my beat disc on your desk, and you're like, yo, I'm gonna see this beat disc. But I did that while I was in college. For a year straight. Nobody responded. No social media. I think we had Black Planet. That was it. Facebook wasn't even out yet. So, but just think about it. Just put all of this in perspective. When you do what you're doing right now, think about this. I mailed beats out to all of these people that I found online on Yahoo. I see somebody, and I think MySpace was out. I saw the little green light on MySpace. I looked at the person. After I found the person's name, I put it in a Yahoo search. I said, oh, they work for Electra Records. Oh, it's the address right here. And I didn't know if it was going to get to them, but I had the thought. I had the idea. I said, I got to get this done. I got to have a real conversation, or I got to get the real look from the people that can change my life. Mailed CDs out to these people for a year. Never responded. Nobody responded. Because they didn't respond, did not mean for me to stop doing what I was doing. That meant to me, in my brain, it meant go harder. You got to figure out more ways to get your music out. So I said, all right, I can start uploading some beats on MySpace, because at that point, they had the little playlist that was started on MySpace. By the way, I think that's where Instagram is about to go. That's a little gem for you. That's just a little small gem. I think that's where Instagram is about to go. But MySpace had the little playlist right there for you. I would put a beat up, and I say, yo, follow me. I got the beats, this, and this. All of this stuff, I did this. You talking about 03, 04, 05. I did all of that in that same space. At some point, it was a guy named Dre McKenzie. Shouts out to Dre McKenzie from G Unit. I think G Unit had already had Mobb Deep signed to them. Dre McKenzie was like, yo, I know Mobb Deep's manager. His name is Chris. I was like, okay, what does that mean? He's like, I'm going to introduce you to Chris, and maybe you could get some beats over to them. But in between that, keep in mind, it was a full year. A whole year, no motion. No motion. Nobody said nothing. It wasn't a such thing as I post a beat. Oh, that's a dope beat, bro. Wasn't none of that. All that little fun stuff that y'all do for the instant gratification, it wasn't none of that. You just had to put the work in back in the day. All right, so anyway, Dre McKenzie shoots me over to Chris. Chris says, yo, son, you got some dope beats. You might need to come to NY, dog. I was like, all right, dope. Then Chris actually, I think that's when I first started selling beats out of the state because I'm from North Carolina. So Chris introduced me to a guy named Nice the Future. He was a rapper from, I think, Yonkers. But Nice the Future was working with Havoc from Mobb Deep. He was like one of the guys that was always around. So I ended up doing some beats for Nice the Future. I got in a little bit with them. At some point, Chris introduced me to Havoc. See how this stuff works? But keep in mind, everything I'm telling you about now is probably like 3 years worth of time. 3 years worth of time span that's going by. This whole process. We're talking about 3 years. 3 years. Hey Heidi, what's up? 3 years. First year, no motion. Second year, I'm sending beats. I'm getting a little bit of motion with the independent artist that's in New York, but still no real motion just yet. Chris was a hustler. He ended up putting me in contact with, I can't remember that guy's name, but it was somebody from Dipset. So I got a call. And this stuff just started happening. I was working in Enterprise at the time. And this is another thing. Because you want to pursue your music don't mean you need to drop your 9 to 5. It does not mean that all of this stuff is going to work immediately. Sometimes this stuff is going to take some time. I don't believe in the starving artists. I have a 501c3 called No More Starving Artists. What up, Chris? What up? Lucrative community. What up? But 3 years worth of time goes by. I started getting some placements with Chris. Chris put me over the Dipset stuff. Said Twista wanna be. I said, okay, cool. Twista wanna be cool. And all stuff started work. Then I got in contact and started doing more beats for Havoc. Me and Havoc started working. And they said, yo, and this is the thing. This is something that I want everybody to understand. When you're going through a tough spell in life, or you're going through some things that you're trying to work through and you're trying to figure it out, don't feel like the things that's happening right now is failing. Sometimes, and it's a mentor of mine named Myron Golden. It's something that he says is when you're aiming towards that dream, something is either working on you, is working for you, or is working against you. Is working on you, is working for you, or is working against you. Right? What that means is, yo, when you're in the process of doing anything, there's always going to be a lesson attached to something. Sometimes the lesson is attached to a good season. Think about that. Sometimes the lesson that you really got to learn is attached to a good season. Because most people think that because everything is happening bad, oh my God, it's hell breaking loose. I ain't getting nowhere, dog. Nothing's happening. Nothing's working. Yo, guess what? If you stop doing that complaining and having that emotional breakdown and all of that stuff that you're doing right now, if you stop that and just be quiet for a little bit and look around, find the things that you can be grateful for, find the things that's working, find the things that you might have had some hiccups with, and say, okay, I need to course correct. I need to switch some things up and just start rework it. Just rework the dream. But the dream can always be the same dream. That's what I want everybody to understand. The dream can always be the same dream. You just might have to rework it. You might have to do the 9 to 5. If you got to do 9 to 5, guess what? Go do the thing. Don't nobody care. The only thing that people care about, and this is funny. This is the funniest thing ever. Mitch the God, what up, big dog? What up? But this is the funniest thing right here. And I don't think anybody ever catches. It's gems. Oh, I'm just gems. The only thing that people worry about, or the only thing that people really care about, is when you win. Once you get the win, that's when the people actually care. That's when they pay attention. That's actually when they talk about you more. I don't think people be understanding that because we invest so much time and energy into the stuff that ain't working. We invest so much time and energy into the stuff that ain't working versus the stuff that is working. Even looking at your own track record. I am a big advocate of, if I say I'm going to do something for myself, I'm going to get it done no matter what. No matter all of the emotional breakdowns that I personally go through. Even if I got to hold it in and just work through it on my own and just get this, guess what? I still have this big thing and this big goal in mind. I'm not going to stop. So I want all of y'all just to understand, because there might be tough seasons, and tough seasons don't never have a timeline. I think that's the hard part. When people start to win, I know at least for me, when I started to win in certain areas, whether that was with finance or with building more relationships or getting more resources to do other things, once those things started to come and things started to happen, I was so used to looking at the deficit. I was so used to looking at, that ain't go down. Or even if somebody gives you a compliment, I'm so used to downplaying the compliment that I'm just like, you see that part of good in me? I didn't see that. So this is what I want to sum it all up. There are so many things that's happening for you that's in your best interest right now. If you just open your eyes, look at it, assess it. Oh, wow, well, when that happened, if that hadn't happened, and once I got here, I'd have effed up right here if that didn't happen back in the day. Because this is something else, too. And this is why I get really, really pissed off. You say, hey, man, appreciate that, bro. But this is why I get pissed off with. Everybody has said, they called me old, they called me stupid. They're like, bro, you sit your old age down. You just talking. You just got some, y'all old. Y'all, this is a new thing. This is the new way of life. No. Because for me, it's not necessarily the new way of life. I'm looking at the principles. I'm looking at the elements that's going to change whatever. If there's something that worked over here, let's assess that. If it's something that didn't work over here, let's assess that. So, when everybody was getting on me for calling the women out for the hot girl summer and the thought culture and the sexy reds and all this stuff. You old, bro. You don't know nothing. You don't even know. Bro, this how we vibing, bro. Big this how we vibe. That's what they kept saying. And I kept telling the kids over and over, especially in my music reviews. I kept telling them, I said, what you don't understand is when it comes to music business and the way just business operates, if you can't generate income for the businesses that you're attached to, you are trash. If you can't, again, if this business, Vitamin Water, Procter & Gamble, we talking about Popeye's chicken, well, Popeye's kind of on the hood side, but Chick-fil-A, Whole Foods, if these companies can't attach themselves to your brand, you have a very, very short shelf life for your music. I kept telling people that over and over. They said, well, nah, this is what we do. You got to respect, if that's what the women want to do, if that's what she want to rap about, just let her rap about it. But guess what happened? Now, that artist has made all these songs about how wet they are, how thick they are, how many dudes they smash, how many sexual contact. They made songs about all of this stuff and put that as a part of their art, and they called it the art. Now when you get somebody that's a presidential candidate that want to book you for the event, you ain't got nothing to perform. Who was right? Me. When somebody of interest and somebody that could really propel your life and take you all the way to the next level and get you over to performing for the queen. And I ain't talking about these bar mitzvahs. The bar mitzvahs is cool. You're going to get a bag off of that too. But I'm talking about the stuff that puts you on a world stage. The stuff that puts you. Let's fast track this. Let's do this. Let's do this game. If we go to 2045, 2060, and let's say we still here. Everybody's still alive. Who's going to perform at the Super Bowl? Who's going to perform at the Super Bowl? Have we thought about this stuff? This is what I want, especially for my black people. Who is creating music right now that will be able to perform at the Super Bowl the next 20 or 30 years from now? And this is how everybody is setting this is how you setting yourself up for the okie doke. This is how you're going to be easily replaceable. And they're going to say, well, look, we ain't got no artists. Think about it. Think about it like that. The labels are putting themselves in position to have AI, to have all that. I just told y'all about the Masked Singer last year. I was like, yo, the Masked Singer and the people that's performing and doing all this stuff behind a mask. I said, oh, this is setting us up for what the new version of entertainment is going to look like. And what they do, they called me crazy. Y'all better wake up. Y'all better wake up. I said, this is the big setup. They are conditioning everybody to be okay with being entertained by a person that's behind a mask. And I know most people say, well, Taylor Swift behind the mask every time she get on stage. I ain't talking about like that. Y'all know what I'm saying. We have to up the vibration of what music looks like, what entertainment looks like. Because honestly, what I foresee in the next 20 to 30 years, they're going to run out of a surplus of artists if artists don't start to respect what music looks like. If they don't start to respect what their sound is and what they bring to the table and actually assess how they make their fan base look, how they make their fan base feel. That's why I love Jelly Roll. I love Jelly Roll. I was just looking at one of his posts earlier today, and every time I'm about to cry now. But every time I see Jelly Roll post anything on socials, I see nothing but admiration for the art. I see nothing but respect for the fan base. I see nothing but inspiration that he pours out to his people. I see nothing but him trying, because ain't nobody perfect. Ain't nobody perfect. But every time I see Jelly Roll hit that stage or make a regular post or his behind the scenes, he's always encouraging somebody. We need more of that. That's dead right now. We got pussy popping. We got the pussy poppers. Like the jalapeno poppers, we got the pussy poppers now. So where are those people? We need more of those people to create art. Those are going to be the people that's able to perform in 2035, 2040, and beyond. That's how you build a sustainable career. Producers, if you're still out here just making trap beats, I'm sorry, you're going to have an expiration date. If you ain't what's your boy name? Drummer Boy. If you ain't Drummer Boy, if you ain't the 808 Mafia, if you ain't C-Note, if you ain't DJ Mustard, if you ain't one of them, I would be very careful of how you produce your music. You need to start figuring out, what can you do differently? What can you do differently? What can you find? What other sounds can you find? And put some love in the art that you're creating. All right, hopefully I had some fun with it. I got to pick it up. I almost started crying there. Oh, me. I know, for real, though. Every time I see that thing on Jelly Roll, I just see gratitude. I see gratitude. And now this is the thing. Let's pull it up right quick. Let's see. I think Jelly Roll the one that said something about the making it in your 40s or something like that? Let me see. How old is Jelly Roll? Jelly Roll is, okay, yeah, so he's 39. Jelly Roll is 39. So I think it's a testament to longevity when people can push past whatever they got going on. Because even think about it like this. Jelly Roll a big boy. Thank you for the gift. Jelly Roll is a big boy, right? He's a big boy. But even with that going on, phenomenal voice. Do you see him out here complaining about how much weight he got? Do y'all see him out here complaining about, well, I mean, what I need to do is lose some more weight. I need to get some of them dang on what's some joints called Ozempic. I need to get the. You don't see Jelly Roll out here crying about being overweight and getting on Ozempic. Now I do want him to lose some weight because I do want him to get healthy or healthier. But yo, the energy that he's spewing out, pause. But the energy that he spews out is just nothing but gratitude. Nothing but gratitude. But anyway, let me get to my next subject. Note to self, we need a fan in the studio. This joint is hot, dog. Sheesh. In the fall time. Well, it ain't, is global warming. Hello. But the first thing I wanted to talk, Young Thug is out of jail. What's up? What's up? Now, this is the thing. I'm conflicted. I'm conflicted. He got a good nutritionist on tour. Okay, cool. Thank you for the information, Danny. Thank you. But hey, Lucky, what up? But of course, Thug is out of jail. I know there's a lot of people that's conflicted with how they feel about that. I have nothing to say. I'm in Atlanta, and I value my family. I ain't said he did nothing. I'm just saying, I know a real one when I see a real one, huh? So, yeah, Thug is out. That was a question. That was a question I had. If y'all follow me on Instagram, please follow me on Instagram. Follow me on YouTube. The Mad Lucrative Podcast. Mad Lucrative Network on YouTube. That's this page. Mad Lucrative Network on YouTube. And then my Instagram is Magneto7. But I do these questions in my story every week. I try to do it every week. And I posted a Will Smith video with Will Smith rapping. Will Smith was rapping. And I asked people, I said, yo, because I always go to the comments, especially if it's the Shade Room, Baller Alert, whoever posts the post. I know they post it to be spicy and to be just funny. They're trying to be funny. But they posted Will Smith rapping on the song, and he was kind of doing like the Atlanta Amigos rap. He was doing that type of rap. So I had an interesting question. I just put it in the subject, and it went up to like 3,000, 4,000 people were just liking the comment. Like, I was like, okay, so maybe this might be something. So I reposted that. This is another thing right here. See, I'm giving y'all a play. If you don't see it in the tea leaves, I'm trying to get to you. But if y'all comment on something on the bigger platforms and you see that comment that you posted got some action, take that comment and repurpose it. You can repurpose it 1,000 different ways. I'm currently repurposing it right now. But what you can do is you see that comment is getting 4,000. It might be up to 6,000 likes and probably 40 or 50 comments on a comment. So I took that video from the Shade Room. I repurposed it on my main wall. I said, should there be a subgenre of 40-year-old rappers? 40 and up. I said, should it be a subgroup for 40 and up rappers? So naturally, if it worked on the big platform, and it's already in the algorithm, and I repurpose it on my page, it's going to work on my page. Guess what? It's working. I should look at it right quick, too, to show y'all. I'm going to see if I can pull it up. Everybody on YouTube, y'all won't be able to see this. No, actually, y'all will be able to see this. Y'all watching this on playback, y'all won't be able to see it, all right? Y'all won't be able to see it, but I'm going to show y'all this right quick. And this is just a little bit of game on how to start building your social media presence. Just a little bit of game. All right, so if you look at this post, all right, y'all. I ain't opening up. I ain't promoting nobody else's page either. My bad, y'all. My bad. All right, here we go. So if y'all look at this page, and this is the beauty in repurposing content. This is the beauty in repurposing content right here. All right, so you look at... All right, let me put it over here. There we go. All right, so this is my page right here, all right? Keep in mind, again, this year I started with I think 30,000, roughly 30,000 followers. Right now I'm sitting at 40,000 and some change. And we haven't even talked about the Instagram throttling. I'm going to show y'all what's happening too. I told everybody again, please make sure you follow the podcast on YouTube. Everything that I'm talking about or everything that I talk about ends up coming to pass at some point. And it's not necessarily because I'm an oracle or nothing like that. I just study the market. I study where attention goes. If the attention starts to shift, I'm like, okay, why is the attention shifting? Why are they offering longer videos? Why are they offering short form content over here? And this is why people pay for coaching calls too. All right. If you want a coaching call, just holler at me. Magneto 7 booking, and I got you. They're calling me like a producer Gary V, like a black producer Gary V, but I'll take it. All right, so look at this. This is my page. Currently, I'm sitting at 47,600 followers. All right, so you look at this post where I reposted the Will Smith video. All right, this is the Will Smith video. Currently, it has... I can't even count the comments. It's a lot of comments. So you look at the comments, 482 likes, and okay, I see insights right here. That video has reached 21,000 views. 21,000 views. I ain't pay for nothing. I don't pay for that stuff. I just study. I study what works. All right. So again, if y'all need some help, y'all can either book a coaching call with me or join my community. I do coaching sessions every Sunday, 9 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. 9 o'clock Eastern Standard Time for my community. All right. Links in the bio. It's called the Lucrative Community. You get 1 week for free. It's $20 a month after that. You love it. I like it. Let's go to it. All right. So anyway, learn how to repurpose your content. That's one thing. But again, should there be a 40 and up subgroup for hip hop? Should it be? Luminous, what up? Luminous in the building. What up? But should it be? I'm for real. This is a good question because I have different reasoning for asking this question. But should there be a 40 and up category for rap? Should it be? And I know what people are going to say. Because this is all of the comments that I've seen people say. They call me crazy. I think I'm crazy. Shouts out to Jill Scott. Ooh, there's love. But I think it should be a 40 and up category for hip hop for this reason. I think what's happening is the older guys that rap, a lot of them got the big bag. They've accomplished the bag. They got all of the stuff that deems them as successful. Granted, I got that. But the flip side of it is, once you get all the things that deem you as successful, you kind of lose some of that competitive edge. I think that competitive edge can be really, really good for creative people. So, if you had a category of 40 and up, and I'm saying it really is, it's like an elite category. So it's not like just regular. If you 40, 50, 60, you still trying to figure out how to rap, I'm not talking about you. You do not fit this equation. I'm not talking about you. So hang the mics up. If you got a job, make sure you're investing in yourself. Make sure you got some annuities. Make sure you got some real estate. Make sure you invest. I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about the elite 40 and up. I'm talking about Jay. I'm talking about Nas. I'm talking about Killer Mike. I'm talking about Will Smith. I'm talking about anybody that was in my age group and up, and they say, yo, I'm out here rapping. I'm still out here getting it. I want to see them compete. I want to see those people compete, because this is what I look at. It's nothing that pisses me off. What up? It's nothing that pisses me off more than a youngin' calling somebody like Will Smith a bum. You don't have the bandwidth to even process what Will Smith has done for and in the hip hop community. You have no idea. Do you know that Will Smith is the first person that got a Grammy for rap? All of the stuff that y'all experiencing right now, the people that I'm talking about were the trailblazers to get the stuff started, initiated, and done. If it wasn't for Jay and Master P and all of them, there would be no idea of direct to consumer in the new age version of it. And even with that, like, it's just, I want people to put respect on the proper people's name. Y'all trying to call these youngins the GOAT that just started doing music 2 weeks ago. How you gonna call him the GOAT, but you trying to play Will Smith like he lame? So anyway, this back to what I was saying. I want to see the legends duke it out. On a big stage though, like on a Grammy stage. I want to see all of them create their best bodies of work and put it out and release it. And they know, oh no, we are amongst the elite and we are the ones that's competing against each other. I don't think it's good for somebody like a Will Smith to think that he competing against a Gunna. That's stupid. You see what I'm saying? I would even put it like this. I think Drake is to the level where he could be in that elite group. I don't think that Drake should be competing with the Lil Uzi Vert. It makes no sense. Now, if I want to see Drake compete, I do want to see him compete against a Jay-Z. I do want to see Drake compete against an Eminem. And that's kind of my thinking, like my frame of work, because I think when I see these posts that get posted on social media and everybody's playing, even with how Andre 3000 did what he did, I want the elite group of MCs to be able to call Andre 3000 a bum. How you gonna play a flute? We out here still kicking ball. I feel like people like Dre will be able to thrive off of those elements because they got other things to pick from. Everybody's going to get their manhood. What's the thing called when we get the prostate? Everybody got to go get the prostate exam once you get to a certain age. Everybody is going to be working on retirement at a certain age. Everybody already has real estate and they've already been through all the girls and they've had all of the watches and everybody has done it after you got to a certain stage. Those people need to compete against them. I want to see it. And then not only that, I want to see the big stage announce them. Even if it's and I'm calling it a 40 and up category, but it could probably be named like some like adult hip hop or something like that, like adult rap or whatever, right? I want to see the Grammys certify them people as y'all did y'all thing. Y'all did it at the highest level possible and got a Grammy for mature rap. I'm going to say that, mature rap. Whatever, however you want to call it. And now what that does for the youngins that's doing hip hop, that makes people feel like they have a longer shelf life when it comes to their music. Because in the rap game, what they always say, oh no, rap a young man's game. Is it? Because I'm 40 and I still like rap. I'm 40 and I still be rocking with all them joints. Whoever is out, I'm rocking. Like Lil Uzi, I like him, but Gunna, fire. Even Thug, it took some time for Thug to grow on me. But I was like, I like it. It's cool. So this is my little 2 cents. I'm going to go through all the chats before we end. If you got any questions, go ahead and put it in the chat. If y'all got some comments, y'all want to call me stupid, you want to call me dumb, go ahead and put it in the comments. All right, we're going to have some fun with it. Now, I'm going to let you know, if you do put stupid or dumb in the comments, I almost oh, my birthday was 2 days ago. Hey, shouts out to me. Almost forgot. Shouts out to all the Scorpios. We rule. We rock. Let's see. I would love to see Nas and Will Smith duke it out. See, that's what I'm saying. This just, yeah. I had a clip. I mentioned it, but I did not talk about it. So, Eric B. Yeah, you funny. Eric B. What's up? What's up? He got a question. So IG is a. I love when my black folks start a question as a statement. How you start a question as a statement? But I'm gonna still answer you. Um, so IG is purging pages for fake followers and bots. Yes, see, that's the question. That's a statement. That is a statement, sir. Anyway. Um, yeah, this is something that I talked about this past summer. I started talking about this back in May. But what's happening is, and this all of the people that y'all vote for, the people that y'all voted for originally did this. They initiated a lot of this. I'm just saying. But y'all know with the FTC, they're starting to go through different social media influencers pages, and they're trying to see who's cap. They're trying to see who's been promoting all these things. And what they're going to be doing is they're looking at your page and they're looking at your tax return. Ha ha! Shazam! Again, the FTC, the IRS, all them folk are currently, they're looking at everybody that's the big influencers pages, and they're A-Bing what you're buying, what you posted that you bought versus what you reported on your tax returns. Now, I do see that system as being flawed. But in addition to that, they're also going to be, Instagram is now taking away all of the fake followers. So if you have any bots, even if the bot snuck up on your page, because a lot of people, even if you didn't buy bots, sometimes I guess the platform would just put more people over there to boost your algorithm to get your page in front of more people. I'm assuming that's how it works. I've been told that's how it works. So I'm going to just go with what I was told. But anyway, that's one thing. IG is going to be pulling fake followers off of all of y'all's pages. I saw one guy that posted that he lost 23,000 followers in one day. 23,000 followers in one day. And this is another thing. This is why I keep telling people, yo, join my Lucrative community. If you join my Lucrative community, I promise you, I could at least, bare minimum, I could start getting you to start thinking what you can do to generate income off of the platforms. Because I think what's happened is a lot of influencers have depended on TikTok, YouTube, Instagram. They've depended on all of these platforms to provide them income. Nobody, I guess they don't know about music business. If you were from music business, you will understand that can't nobody be hot forever. You'll never be hot forever, period. But anyway, they're pulling these people off. Now that's shooting all your equity down. That not only affects your visibility on the actual platform, but that also affects your brand. That affects how many people want to come spend money with you. Because what's happening is this. If you got 1 million followers and you got 100,000 people that come to your page every day, any brand wants to come do some business with you. You got a built-in follower. That's exactly why I was like, Kamala should have did Joe Rogan. I think Joe Rogan got like 100 million people over there. Even if it was a bad interview, she'd have been in front of all of these millions of people versus just doing Shannon Sharp. I think Shannon got like 1 million, 3 million, something like that, which is still good. It's bigger than my channel. I ain't even got 20,000. I'm almost at 20,000. Please go follow the Mad Lucrative podcast on YouTube. I'm almost at 20,000. We're like 19 and some change right now. But all of that stuff affects how brands do business with you. If it affects how brands do business with you, what is that going to do? It's going to take some money out of your pocket. If it takes money out of your pocket, what are you going to do? Something strange for a piece of change. That's what you're going to do. You're going to be out here struggling. So that's one element. IG is taking followers off. And something else, I'm going to say it over and over again. I think IG is going to start charging us for time. Like when we go live, I think IG is gearing up to start charging us for that time. Right now, they'll time you out at an hour. After an hour, they kill you live. You got to restart it, right? Before 2 months ago, I could be live for like 3 hours, 4 hours and be good. Now they're killing lives. So that's one thing. So if they're going to charge you for the live, we just saw, and this is how I want y'all to start thinking, put it all together. We just saw Kendrick and Drake have the biggest rap battle beef in probably like the last 10 years. We just saw the biggest beef ever, right? How were they releasing music? When Kendrick and Drake were releasing those songs as rap battle beef songs, how did they release the music? They released the whole song or a big snippet of it on IG first. Again, they released all of this stuff on IG first. The government already told us they were going to take TikTok. What does that start to do when you have only one or two companies that own everything? Last time I checked, that was called a monopoly. A monopoly. Last time I checked, that's what that was. So I foresee in the very near future, even with Spotify, there was no. Buddy sold off his shares to do, I think Eric Iser, I think that's his last name, Iser, something like that. He's already sold his shares off to Spotify. Why do y'all think he did that? Everybody's gearing up for this big change. I foresee, and it's probably going to be in 2025, pulling elements from the rap battle beef, pulling elements from them charging us for lives, pulling elements from them starting to weed out the fake followers from the real followers. I foresee IG and Meta changing over and being the new version of Spotify, a full marketplace for everything. Whether you want to sell your music, whether you want to just have a subscription to this artist's playlist, and the playlist is on Instagram, and you have an Instagram player. They already have the apps. They already have the technology. They already have the user base because we freely give them content, or we give it to them at a really, really cheap premium. All of this stuff is already in motion. All of the labels are already stepping down. The labels that still exist are already moving into direct to consumer and the idea of direct to consumer. Listen, follow the Mad Lucrative Podcast. Follow the Mad Lucrative Podcast. Hopefully y'all enjoyed today's show. I got to get out of here. Lastly, again, I'll say it again. Lastly, if you want to link up with me and you want to be a part of my personal community, make sure you join the Lucrative community. The Lucrative community is a group of producers, musicians, singers, songwriters, business owners. It's a group of really, really dope people that's just striving to get to the next level of the next version of themselves, whether that's from their musical ability, whether that's from making more money from their content, whether that's even knowing how to create content, knowing how to do publishing, knowing how to sign up for all of the stuff that you need to monetize your music. We do that in the Lucrative community. We do. Right now you can join for the first week is free. After that it's $20 a month. $20 a month. All right. Hopefully I'll see you there Sunday. If not, y'all have a good week. See y'all next week. All right. Peace.